welcome. I have here today with me the benQ beCreatus DP1310 USB Type-C dock. A fantastic device just came across my desk, sent to me by benQ. Thank you very much for sending this out to review. Now, all thoughts in this review are my own based on about a week to 10 days of use and experience with this device, and I'm going to share my thoughts here. But first, let's begin with a quick overview. We've got a dial on the front here. This is not a jog dial like a volume dial. This is just a dial to press. And pressing this for 3 seconds and holding it will turn the device on or off. And if you press it once, you'll be able to toggle between using the USB Type-C KVM switch that's built into this dock. Absolutely fantastic, and very few other devices offer this functionality to switch between two different input sets. So for example, you can have your PC plugged in, and you can have your Xbox Series X or your PS5 plugged into the other ports, and you can, with just the press of a toggle, be gaming and get some frags in, press the button, and be back to your work before anybody knows it. To the left of that, we have a indicator light here, a USB LED, some nice benQ branding. You can see the texturing here, absolutely fantastic design. I love the color scheme, industrial look with steel kind of look here, gray, and some interesting patterning with the green color touch. We have a headphone jack here in the front. In addition, we have 3 USB ports on the front altogether. Starting with the right one here, we've got 36 watts of charging available. These are all USB 3.2 Type 2 ports, by the way, that are operating at 10 gigabits per second. That means you can do fast transfers on any of these ports. That USB Type-C port is particularly interesting because it outputs up to 36 watts of power for fast charging your smartphone, or for example for charging your iPad. Now the 2 ports on the left are USB Type-A ports, again 10 gigabits per second, so very nice to see that for lots of data connectivity and data transfer possibilities. On the left-hand side of the device, on the right-hand side of the device, not much to see here, just some very light and subtle beCreatus branding. Again, looking at and talking about the industrial design of this device, I think beCreatus and benQ hit the nail on the head here. Very nice industrial sleek look, a very, very functional device, but solid all metal construction except for the front panel, which is plastic. So this should last quite a long time. On the left-hand side of the device, just some benQ labeling and some HDMI and other registered trademarks. Nothing much else to see here on the left-hand side of the device. And finally, let's turn our attention to the rear of this device. That's where all the magic happens. So first and foremost, we've got here a DC input jack. This device can consume up to 180 watts of power, of course, as needed to charge all of those devices and power all of the devices that may be attached. We've got 2 different sources of inputs here. We've got one USB Type-C, and we have got one HDMI 2.1 in. This one is particularly for your Xbox and say your PS5 devices, and can be passed through this dock to an HDMI 2.1 output. That's a 4K TV, an 8K TV, even up to 8K 60 Hz that this device supports, or for example an HDMI 2.1 monitor. Now this USB Type-C in is the other option for connectivity as an input into this device. This is for connecting from say your graphics card on your desktop over a DisplayPort alt mode connection via USB Type-C, or alternatively a laptop which has a USB Type-C with DisplayPort alt mode and power delivery to charge up to 100 watts of power over this singular connection. That said though, some laptops have their graphics card, the internal discrete graphics cards, wired to the USB Type-C alt mode, particularly to enable stuff like NVIDIA G-Sync. So it's very nice that benQ thought of that and made this available to us to have a USB Type-C input from your laptop, so we can get that functionality. And this option here can output to 3 different peripherals. The first one being here the HDMI 2.1 output. It can share this output connection. In addition, it can output an HDMI and a DisplayPort output connection as well. To the left of that, we have an Ethernet gigabit port. We have below it another USB Type-A 10 gigabits per second port. And finally, to the left of that, just some USB 2.0 standard ports for your mouse dongle and for your peripherals such as your USB mouse. Alright, to demo this device, here I am playing some Doom on my Xbox Series X. I've grabbed the controller, I've got everything hooked here to my benQ dock, and I'm just enjoying myself here on my HDMI 2.1 monitor. When I'm done here, I press the jog dial on the front, and just a quick few seconds later, my keyboard, my mouse, all of my other connections, peripherals, as well as charging my USB Type-C laptop kicks in, and we're back into work mode here. So like benQ says, work and play, power your way. And of course, then a quick press again, and we're right back into the action. We can grab that controller and go. You're playing Doom again. You can get your frags and get your kills in without a worry. And of course, this is a great setup. Once you have it set up, it's ready to go. It stays out of your way. It's so quick and easy, you almost forget that you have it and can't live without it. A quick press again, or we're back into the work action so we can keep everything in control and power it our way. Alright, so finally to conclude with my thoughts on the benQ beCreatus DP1310 dock, I think it's absolutely fantastic device. It works so well. Once you've got the cables plugged in, which is easy as pie, it's very easy to get set up and running. Now, one thing you may need to do is to run the display driver install, the display link driver install, and there's packaging and instructions inside the box on how to do that. There's also a USB Type-C cable, which is a very nice quality, and there's also a ultra certified HDMI 2.1 cable that's capable of 8K 60 or 4K 120 Hz over that one HDMI 2.1 cable. So overall, if you're looking for an HDMI 2.1 dock that can kind of do it all, has a built-in KVM switch, and allows you to get up to 3 displays over a USB Type-C singular connection to your laptop, then this is the dock for you. I don't think there's many other competitors here that can quite do what this does with the feature set that it has, with the build quality that it has, the overall experience that I've had with it at the price point, which is around $299 US. So overall, a very good buy. Lots of ports, lots of power delivery here to charge all of your devices that are connected at once, pass through for your headphones. There really isn't much that you could ask for at this point. So one USB-C connection with your laptop, and you're pretty much set up to go with your entire setup as you may want. Now, that said, thanks very much to benQ again for sending this device out for a review. I really enjoyed this and had a pleasurable time with it. I think this will become my daily driver dock, since I do use a USB Type-C powered laptop, and it's just simply easy for me to plug everything into this dock. One cable connect when I'm home, and then disconnect one cable and off when I'm on the go. So again, thanks very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the boxes below. Also, do find links in the description for benQ, for the product page for this beCreatus DP1310 dock, as well as some links to Amazon to purchase this device. Purchasing does help support this channel and helps us to grow and continue to bring you such great content. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.